People are panicking about a recession, about the dollar collapsing, about a stock market crash. But the problem is most people don't even know what to look at to see if that's happening and when. And that's the problem. But I'm going to change that for you, okay? I built an 8-figure net worth by understanding how money works. So let's break this down in plain English. Because if the markets do go down, that's when the wealth transfer happens. Everyone watches the stock market, but the thing that actually signals stress is the bond market. The bond market is how the US borrows money. Basically, a bond is just an IOU. Like you give them $100 and they will give it back to you in the future plus interest, and that interest is called yield. And what nobody tells you is that when yields go up, the price of existing bonds fall. Why? Because if new bonds are paying more, nobody wants your old lower paying ones. When bond prices fall, that means the government's debt gets more expensive. Corporate debt gets more expensive. Mortgages, car loans, credit cards, that all gets more expensive. It's like when that happens, the entire system tightens. And there's something even bigger happening here, okay? International money is cooling off. Countries like China and Japan used to buy massive amounts of US bonds. Now they are buying fewer, which means the US has to offer higher yields to attract new buyers. It's like going to your credit card company and saying, okay, you were going to charge me 25% interest, but what if I pay you 40% interest? Can you give me a higher balance? It works technically, but it gets expensive. When the US takes on more debt at higher interest rates, it weakens the dollar over time. It's a structural devaluation, and you've already felt it, right? $100 today buys a lot less than it did 5 years ago. So when you combine rising yields, falling bond prices, cooling international demand, and a dollar under pressure, you get a more fragile system. And that's why a lot of analysts are circling the year 2026 as like the year that everything collapses. Not because they're psychic, but because they're looking at the math. And this is why understanding stuff like this matters. Like, look at this comment that I got this morning. This person went from $6,000 in debt to having $11,000 invested in 1 year just by listening to what I teach. So where you are right now, I know you feel stuck, but you aren't. You just never been given the actual playbook that the wealthy use. So if you want to understand what to look for, how to build wealth during volatility instead of getting wiped out by it, you should watch my free training. It's called How to Get Rich in a Recession. It's on my website under Freebies. You can find it through my link in bio. Because when everyone panics, that is when generational wealth gets built.